The heart is a strong muscular organ, working tirelessly to pump blood throughout the entire body.
Inside, the heart is divided into 4 chambers, each guiding the flow of blood with precision. The heart's valves act like gates, ensuring blood moves in one direction only. Blood flows through the heart in a precise path, moving from the atria into the ventricles and then out to the body. Each heartbeat is a cycle of contraction and relaxation, pumping blood with perfect rhythm. Each heartbeat is a cycle of contraction and relaxation, pumping blood with perfect rhythm. Oxygen-rich blood flows through the left side, while deoxygenated blood returns on the right. The atria and ventricles contract in perfect rhythm, keeping blood flowing forward. Heart valves open and close with each beat, preventing any backflow of blood. Deoxygenated blood enters the right side, flows to the lungs, and returns oxygenated to the left side cycle, completing the cycle. The heartbeat is controlled by tiny electrical impulses, starting from the sinoatrial node, the natural pacemaker. Next, the ventricles contract powerfully, pumping blood to the lungs and the rest of the body. The heart valves act like gates, opening and closing to prevent backflow and keep blood moving in one direction. Blood travels to the lungs, where carbon dioxide is released and oxygen is absorbed, refreshing every cell in the body. Now, oxygen-rich blood flows back through the pulmonary veins into the left atrium, ready to power the entire body. The left ventricle acts as the heart's powerful pump, sending oxygen-rich blood out to the entire body. From the aorta, oxygen-rich blood is delivered to the entire body, nourishing organs, tissues, and every living cell. The right atrium receives deoxygenated blood from the body through the superior and inferior vena cava. The right ventricle contracts, pumping deoxygenated blood toward the lungs through the pulmonary artery. From the pulmonary valve, blood rushes into the pulmonary artery, beginning its journey toward the lungs to receive oxygen. The pulmonary artery divides into smaller branches, carrying deoxygenated blood deep into the lungs toward the alveoli. Here, the pulmonary arterioles deliver blood to the alveoli, the tiny air sacs where gas exchange will take place. Each alveolus has incredibly thin walls, lined with capillaries, allowing oxygen and carbon dioxide to move freely across. Here, oxygen diffuses across the alveolar wall into the blood, while carbon dioxide moves out to be exhaled. The oxygen-rich blood flows back through the pulmonary veins and enters the left atrium of the heart. The powerful left ventricle contracts, sending oxygen-rich blood through the aortic valve and into the aorta to nourish the entire body. From the aorta, blood flows into branching arteries, delivering life-giving oxygen to every part of the body. Branching arteries carry oxygen-rich blood to vital organs, the brain, liver, and kidneys, fueling their constant activity. From the larger arteries, blood flows into tiny arterioles, which branch into a vast network of capillaries where oxygen delivery takes place. Here in the capillaries, oxygen leaves the red blood cells to nourish body tissues, while carbon dioxide from the cells is absorbed into the blood. After releasing oxygen, the blood becomes darker and enters tiny venules, beginning its return journey toward the heart. The venules merge into larger veins, carrying oxygen-poor blood back toward the heart with steady flow. All the veins converge into the vena cava, the body's largest vein, channeling blood directly back into the heart. Deoxygenated blood enters the right atrium, the heart's entry chamber, awaiting its journey toward the lungs. The right atrium contracts, gently pushing blood forward toward the tricuspid valve. The tricuspid valve opens, allowing blood to flow smoothly from the right atrium into the right ventricle. As the right ventricle fills with blood, the heart prepares for its next powerful contraction. The right ventricle contracts, pushing deoxygenated blood into the pulmonary artery toward the lungs. Blood flows rapidly through the pulmonary artery, heading toward the lungs for oxygenation. Blood enters the lungs and flows into alveoli, where oxygen is absorbed and carbon dioxide is released. Oxygen-rich blood flows through the pulmonary veins back into the left atrium, ready to be pumped to the rest of the body. The mitral valve opens, allowing oxygen-rich blood to flow smoothly from the left atrium into the left ventricle. The left ventricle fills with oxygen-rich blood, preparing to deliver it forcefully to the entire body. The left ventricle contracts, propelling oxygen-rich blood forcefully into the aorta, ready to nourish every part of the body. Oxygenated blood surges from the aorta into arteries, starting its journey to supply the entire body. The coronary arteries branch off the aorta, delivering oxygen-rich blood to the heart muscle itself, keeping it strong and active. With the aortic valve fully open, the left ventricle pumps oxygen-rich blood forcefully into the aorta, delivering life to every organ. Oxygen-rich blood moves from the aorta into major arteries, branching to supply every organ and tissue in the body. Oxygen-rich blood travels through arteries, reaching major organs and muscles, fueling every part of the body. Deoxygenated blood returns via the superior and inferior vena cava, filling the right atrium and preparing for its journey to the lungs. Blood flows smoothly through the tricuspid valve into the right ventricle, preparing for its journey to the lungs for oxygenation. The right ventricle contracts, pushing deoxygenated blood through the pulmonary valve into the pulmonary arteries toward the lungs. Blood enters the lungs, releasing carbon dioxide and absorbing oxygen through tiny alveoli, refreshing every cell in the body. Freshly oxygenated blood returns from the lungs through the pulmonary veins, filling the left atrium and readying for systemic circulation. Oxygen-rich blood flows from the left atrium through the mitral valve into the left ventricle, ready to be pumped throughout the body. The left ventricle contracts powerfully, pushing oxygen-rich blood through the aortic valve into the aorta, supplying the entire body. Oxygen-rich blood is carried through major arteries, delivering life-sustaining oxygen to every organ and tissue. Deoxygenated blood from the body returns through the superior and inferior vena cava, entering the right atrium and completing the systemic circulation loop. Thank you for watching. If this video was helpful, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share for more fascinating anatomy content.